Good morning everyone and welcome to Eat Well Week with the Royal Voluntary Service. I'm Steph, also known as Eating Well Not Less. I'm a registered women's health nutritionist and I am passionate about making people realise that healthy eating and healthy cooking can be fun and delicious. And hopefully that's what this Traybake recipe is going to show you today. So what have we got on? We've got a pesto chicken, mozzarella and white bean Traybake. It is a firm favourite on my shopping list. My husband requests it all the time, so hopefully it'll be a winner for you guys. Good morning everyone and welcome to Eat Well Week with the Royal Voluntary Service. I'm Steph, also known as Eating Well Not Less. I'm a registered women's health nutritionist and I am passionate about making people realise that healthy eating and healthy cooking can be fun and delicious. And hopefully that's what this Traybake recipe is going to show you today. So what have we got on? We've got a pesto chicken, mozzarella and white bean Traybake. It is a firm favourite on my shopping list. My husband requests it all the time, so hopefully it'll be a winner for you guys too. I'm going to talk you through all these wonderfully beautiful ingredients now. I'm going to show you what we've got on our plate and then we can get cooking. I'm going to be making this happy plate with you as part of Eat Well Week. Eat Well Week is a week-long healthy eating inspiration week. It's part of the Royal Voluntary Services campaign Stay Safe, Warm and Well, sponsored by Yakult. They offer wellness support and advice through these long winter months, along with lots of healthy eating advice and recipes. You can find out more on the website now. But now we're going to get cracking, we're going to get cooking, and hopefully we can get this lovely Traybake in the oven as soon as we can. Now, I created this recipe to be full of mood-boosting ingredients. Now, it's full of lots of colour, which means it's full of antioxidants, and antioxidants can benefit mood by reducing inflammation and reducing oxidative stress. It's also full of fibre with all the vegetables as well as the white beans, which if it's benefiting the gut, which fibre does, it means it's also benefiting the brain and our mental health because of this really powerful gut-brain axis that we have. So adding beans is such a good way of doing this because they're cheap, they're accessible, they're easy to get. So if in doubt, grab a tin of these. Before we get started, here's all the lovely ingredients. They're super easy, accessible ingredients. You should be able to get them all in your local supermarket, which is great if you ever want to do the recipe again. Okay, so first things first, we're going to parboil potatoes. It's just a quick, easy step to make the potatoes cook quicker and go crispier in the oven. But also, parboiling things like potatoes and other starches increases the amount of resistant starch in them. So if you cook them and then cool them, the amount of resistant starch increases, which has a prebiotic effect in the gut. And as I've just said before, anything that benefits the gut also benefits the brain and benefits the mood. So the other mega benefit with this meal is it is literally a chuck it all into one pan recipe. Once you boil the potatoes, of course. Chuck it all into one tray and then we can just bung it in the oven, let it cook, come back to it, lunch or dinner is done. Which is a massive bonus for me because cooking in one pan means you've only got one pan to clean, which is a massive benefit. So, whilst those potatoes are just quickly having a parboil, I'm going to start chopping the veg. So we're just going to basically slice all the veg and just put it straight into the roasting tin. Pretty much everything apart from the mozzarella goes in at this stage, and then we'll put the mozzarella in towards the end. So just going to slice the onion. Doesn't have to be thin, just roughly, whatever, it doesn't matter. No one's going to judge you on it. Roughly sliced. Honestly, I know some of the proper chefs like things cut a certain way, but honestly, who has time for that? Okay, we might as well do the garlic whilst we're here. So again, I'm a big fan of garlic, so I always kind of overuse it, but I just love it. So if you aren't a massive fan of garlic, then do feel free to have less or have more if you're even more of a fan than me. Yeah, I don't know about you, but peeling and chopping garlic is just one of my least favourite cooking activities. Cannot stand it. But yeah, once we've done the onion, done the garlic, we're literally just putting it all into a roasting tin. And we will crack on with the other veg, and then the potatoes should be done and they can start cooling to go into the tray. Quickly check the potatoes so that I can leave them to cool. I literally just want it to be where I can just stick my knife in. They don't need to be really soft or anything like that, so they're done. So I've just drained the potatoes and they're just gonna sit there and cool down whilst we just put everything else into the tray. So I'm not gonna chop the asparagus, they're just gonna go straight in. all the tomatoes are just going straight in, save some time, let's not chop them. I'm not going to chop the olives either, they're just pitted black olives. You can use green if you prefer, they're going in as well. I will give the sun-dried tomatoes a little chop, but if you prefer not to, you don't have to. So let's just, a few slices, these just add such a nice flavour to it. They give like a really nice like umami flavour to the dish, and just go so well with the pesto, in my opinion. Even just this as a veg bake is amazing. You know, if you don't want to use the chicken or you don't want to use the mozzarella, you absolutely do not have to. We could swap out the meat completely. We could just use parmesan. We could add meat-free chicken. We could use tofu, would also be really nice in this recipe. So yeah, you can kind of, it's the beauty of Traybake, you know? We just get creative with them. I'm going to add the white beans now, so I'm just going to drain these. Okay, so I've just drained them. They're all just going to go in, nice and easy. And I will slice the potatoes now that they've cooled a little bit and add those in. So let's do that quickly. Quick chop of these. You can also, if you don't have new potatoes, you can just use normal potatoes and do the same thing. You can also microwave the potatoes instead of boiling them, if you want it to just be a bit quicker or easier. You don't want to use another pan. I feel you. So that's absolutely fine. So these are going in. You could also keep them in the fridge. You could do, you could parboil them the day before and keep them in the fridge. Seriously, look at this. Even before the chicken, the pesto and the mozzarella go in, it just looks delicious, so full of colour. I mean, just boosts your mood knowing that you're getting this type of thing in your body. And it's also such a good one to batch cook. You can make this and you can have it in your fridge for the week of lunches, and then it's so easy to just go and grab. You've got a really hearty, really healthy meal in the fridge, ready to go. You don't even have to think about it in the week. I mean, that is exactly what I need. Let's ignore the mess, but look at all that colour. Now we just need to add the finishing touches and it'll go in the oven. Now, I always say garlic is one of my least favourite kitchen jobs, but actually, I think handling raw chicken is just, yeah, do not like it at all. But we're just going to slice this on top. I always use scissors because I don't want to get a chopping board full of raw chicken. But just do it however you fancy. I like it in big, thick slices. It just cooks better in the oven. It keeps it nice and moist in the oven. But chicken's it's a great source of B vitamins, which is great for your mood boosting properties. All of this, your beans and your chicken, are full of B vitamins. And protein's just great. It keeps you full for longer. So you're not going to get your blood sugar dips as much. So you're not going to feel as, your mood's maybe not going to drop as much if your blood sugar is stable. But like I said before, there's lots of veggie and vegan ways we can do that these days with your tofu, your tempeh, and even, the beans are just a great source of protein as well. So just the pesto to go, and it's going to go in the oven. Apologies, I lied, it's not just the pesto. We've also got some very important ingredients such as salt and pepper to add, as well as some lovely herbs and spices. Now I'm using oregano, but you can also use the Italian mixed herbs. They will work just as well. And the pesto. Spoon that in. You can use any type of pesto. So here I'm using the basil pesto. I've just used jarred supermarket pesto to make it quicker and easier. You can make your own because you can switch up the nuts if you make your own, which is a good way of getting some extra healthy fats and a good way of getting some mood boosting properties there. But let's face it, we're doing a tray bake. We want it to be quick, easy and convenient, so jarred is fine. But you can use red pesto, sun-dried tomato pesto would be delicious in this. As would red pepper pesto. But yeah, anything you fancy. So a big pinch of salt and a good grind of pepper. Now in my house, no matter how much pepper I put into my recipes, somebody, i.e. my husband, will always add more. So just as much as your heart desires on here, and a good drizzle of oil. Now we're using just olive oil, not extra virgin olive oil here, just because it withstands the heat of the oven better. But at the end, we can always do a lovely drizzle of extra virgin. which would be great. So we are ready. I'm just going to get a wooden spoon, going to mix it all up, and it's ready for the oven. Okay, here we are. Just mix it all up, and we are done. See, super easy. And then we can bung it in the oven. Ooh. And we can bung it in the oven, and we'll just do a very quick clear up, i.e. shove everything in the dishwasher. And we'll leave it for about 20 minutes. And then we come back and we add the mozzarella then, and we get an extra 5 minutes for the mozzarella to go all lovely and stringy, melt all over it. And then we're done. Right, I'm just going to show you the finished piece. Okay, here we go. All ready for the oven. Right, we'll be back in 20 minutes. So just while I procrastinate from clearing up all this mess, I just wanted to say I hope that you enjoyed cooking that. I love Traybakes. I think they're so good to just have a really easy, quick, healthy meal. And I hope that as I've spoken through things, you can see that you can put whatever you want in there. If you don't have an ingredient, but you have a different one in the fridge, that is the beauty of Traybakes. You can add what you have. And I think my mantra for a healthy, balanced diet, which is exactly what you need to have a mood boosting effect. There is nothing complex about it. It is just healthy, balanced, good food. You know, trying to get the colourful stuff in your diet, so lots of fruit and veg. But it's tasty. It's hearty. And you can do that easily at home with whatever's in your fridge. You can use, one of my favourite things is a fridge raid Traybake. So I just shove whatever I have left over once all my food's starting to look a bit sad in the fridge. I'll just put it all into a Traybake, whatever type of flavouring I've got, whether that is, pesto, or it's a tin of chopped tomatoes, or it's a bit of harissa, or it's just loads of herbs and spices. It's a really great way of getting those mood boosting foods into your diet, and a really great way of nourishing our bodies in the winter, when we are often feeling a need to be comforted. And you might not fancy a green side salad because you do want something that's a bit heartier, and that's exactly what I hope this recipe gives to you. And if you are vegan and you are veggie, please don't feel like you can't make this recipe. There is so many lovely ways you could make it heartier with removing the chicken and the mozzarella from it. There's so many good vegan versions of cheese these days as well, so do give that a try if you are vegan. Try using a vegan mozzarella, but tofu would be great, and you treat it exactly the same way you would do the chicken. Just cube it or slice it, and you will just roast it exactly the same way. So I hope that you like it. I hope it comes out okay now. We'll see you in 20 minutes. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it inspires you to do more Traybakes, do more healthy, balanced, mood boosting recipes. So that is exactly what Eat Well Week is all about. Okay, so let's get this out. We're gonna. Looks great. So now all we need to do is add this mozzarella. So we're gonna just break bits off and just blob it around the Traybake so that it melts into all the nooks and crannies. Oh, and just gives that lovely stringy serve when we pull it out of the tray. But it smells so nice already. I literally cannot wait to eat this. So yeah, just finish these off, ready, done. Okay, so we're just gonna go back in now for 5 minutes. It's just gonna finish off, and then we're ready to serve. Quick look before it goes in. Here we are. So everything's pretty much cooked now, just the mozzarella. It's ready to take out. Here we are. So the mozzarella has all melted, absolutely delicious. Some lovely crispy bits as well. Let me show you properly. At that. Oh, can't wait to dive in. Ready to serve up. Oh. So this should serve really like at least 3. And obviously, oh, look at that lovely stringy bit of mozzarella now. Oh, that is a good cheese pull. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get that in the bowl on here, but, you know, I'll try my best. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this should serve at least 3, I would say, and perfect for, I would often make it just for me and my husband, and then keep some for leftovers for lunches. So yeah, it's perfect. The white beans they kind of like melt into the sauce a little bit, and they just make it, they make a really, really lovely creamy sauce. So yeah, there you go. Perfect. So there we go, all done. You can also add a little drizzle of olive oil, nice extra virgin olive oil, which is probably what I'm going to do now, just to get a bit of an extra boost of omega-3s. Or you can add little blobs of extra bits of pesto, which I also really like. It just gives it an extra flavour boost. Or some chili flakes. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.